Hello and welcome to number 4 video of my Formula 1 parts, and probably the last one from this auction. Gonna show some pipes, oil tank, brake-by-wire stuff and front suspension stuff, also some fuel stuff I think. But let's start with this oil tank. It's engine oil tank, dry sump tank. It is a Kevlar type, soft one, reinforced with some carbon fiber. It's made by ATL. It's a well-known company making oil tanks. It says here for oil use only. A nice carbon fiber reinforced here. Here we have one inlet, I guess, connection. And we have outlet in the bottom, I guess, with quick disconnects here, stubble fittings, and the machine, nice fitting there, and a solenoid here. It says AOT solenoid MR05. Don't know exactly what the solenoid do, but maybe it opens this oil tank. So yeah, if it's in somehow they can control it. I don't know how it's working, but I see that the drivers have a switch on their steering wheel that says oil or oil pump, something like that. So maybe there is several oil tanks in the car, or when they are using this switch to pump oil from engine to tank, tank to engine, or between tanks. I don't know, but if someone knows, please add a comment. Would be very interesting to know what the driver doing with the oil. And here also we can see inside, if possible. It says ATL, it's the part number, and it's made in 2016 here, in January 2016. So it's pretty fresh one, it's from the last year's car. And very special design. Very lightweight, Kevlar is the material, and a little bit reinforcement of carbon fiber. These valves and outlets here in the bottom, but it only has this outlet, I guess, in the bottom, and this inlet here on the side. So not much connections on this one. And we have one more tank, and this one is for hydraulics, so it's a little bit not so fresh. It has two connections, one here and one here in the bottom. It's molded inside, some aluminum there, and it's also made by ATL. This one is older, it's from 2014 and not so fresh. Yeah, hydraulic and no carbon fiber reinforcement, but yeah, it bolted in here, molded inside here, stud. So these are oil tanks. Next thing is pipes. I bought 2 of them. They were in these big soft boxes. And this one, it is coolant pipes mostly, I think. And this one, it says heat exchangers, Monaco garage. Not sure if it's what's in there, but here we have pipes, pretty large water pipes with heat exchangers on them. So I just bring one up, let's see. So these water pipes goes along the engine, and here we have a little bit strange thing that is a little heat exchanger, and it's a heat exchanger for hydraulics. It has some nice, I like these details. It's plugged, this one, but the plug is so tiny and machined out, so it will not weigh much at all. And here we have, it's plugged just for transport, and it has these quick connect and disconnect fittings that are very nice. It's full flow for the coolant inside here, so it will not make any restriction at all. It's full flow, but a little bit of the water goes on the outside here and will cool the hydraulic fluid that's inside. These connections, I actually removed some of these connections. Here you can see the red hydraulic fluid that's inside there. I will not use, maybe I will use one of them or two, but not sure if I'm gonna use them. But one thing I will use, I will remove from these are these very nice quick disconnect connect fittings. They are Stratoflex connectors. They are very nice. So I will use them for oil. I think I will use them for oil for the gearbox on the Lamborghini, and maybe something else, but that's good. Then you can disconnect it very fast and have leak-free lines. Really like them. So quick and easy to disconnect. A couple of these on each of these coolers. So not much more to say about these coolant pipes. They are lightweight aluminum. Don't know if this is repaired or if it's for some protection, but not much to say. The connections you can see here. Not sure what kind of connection this is going to. Looks like it could be a normal hose, but I'm not sure about that. Here are some different kinds of hoses and the pipes. I think they are maybe for coolant, some of them, or coolant ERS system coolant. For cooling the energy recovery system. It says MR05 of them, so they are from the 2016 car. And these hoses actually don't look much interesting at all, but I really like them. They are, if we take this rubber protection back a little bit, we can see this very nice hose, the green, yellowish, this green type of hose. It's HS79 hose. I think it's absolutely one of the better hoses you can get. It's very lightweight, it's very bendable, and very, very strong as well. I think it's Nomex material in this one. So if you see this greenish color hose on race cars, it's it's because they're using some of the best things. They're using this one in aircrafts as well, so that's nice. Here, press the press collar to this bend here, and O-ring fitting here. So here, broken pipe. Don't know if it is from a crash or something, but it's broken. O-ring flange. I think maybe a lot of these hoses connect with here we have sleeve, so it's probably Wiggins type or Hydroflow type of clamp similar to that goes over this one. I think there is very tight fit. Everything is so tight packaged, so you can see all the pipes have these protections for vibration, and also you can see, as I can see in several places, it's chafing from other parts to this pipe here, and I can see on several of the pipes it is have experienced chafing to other parts. So I think they are inspecting them, repairing if needed, or replace with a new one. It's, I think, impossible to get away with chafing when it's so tightly packed, everything. Here is a rocker box I bought. It's second spare Aero or one, I'm not sure. I'm gonna package everything up. Okay, here is some suspension parts, and it says second spare, so it's maybe not the best ones, but it is from 2016 car, and I'm not good at suspension. So I cannot explain all the parts very good, but as usual it's very nice machine parts, machined out where it should be lightweight. And one thing I found out that this is actually part of the upright, also machined out on the inside. I don't know if this is cast and then machined, could be. It could be aluminum. It looks very much like aluminum, and I think that maybe there is a rule that it must be aluminum to keep the costs down, but I'm not sure if that is correct. Could be some other material. And I think this is actually part of the upright that is bolted onto the normal upright. This one is the push rod, and then the push rod goes into the car. So I think this is the push rod, and this one here is connected to the lower wishbone. So this, I think, is a bolted part, separate part of the upright, and it is it yeah, it's a one left hand and one right hand. And also some, to say, brackets, clevis parts here, some kind of bearings, nice bearings here, in an housing, some links. These are, I think this one is actually pretty heavy. It's yeah, it's very heavy compared to the size, and that it's hollow here. I think this is for the suspension, maybe for the this one is possible to thread on here. Yeah, I think it's maybe rocker for the suspension, if it is torsion suspension on this car, I guess. So yeah, not much to say here. These I have shown before in another video with these sensor here. Here's another rocker box I bought very cheap, not much in it at all. It was some of these. It's actually the one that was on the oil tank. It is bracket there with housing, and then it is a solenoid. It says here, it says the same here, AOT solenoid. I think, yeah, it's one more there, so it's 3 of these solenoids for the oil system, and yeah, a bunch of 3D printed brackets. I think there are some small filters here as well. And here we have some brake-by-wire parts, and it has the kilometers run, it says on them. 5627 kilometers, 2557 kilometers, and it's brake-by-wire unit. As I told you before, I was bidding on one of those units, but I did not get it. But here is some parts for it. Let's see what's inside. It's not that much, it's some hoses and sensors, but I think some of them are pretty cool actually. It is some hoses, some connectors, brake-by-wire hoses, nice connectors. It's the Stratoflex connectors. It's quick disconnect couplings, I should say. So for brakes, and yeah, you can see here, nice male and female. This is very nice. So it's quick disconnect, everything. Oh, the gold finish here was nice. Quick disconnect, and if you disconnect them, they're leak proof, so you will not have any leaks and not get air into the system, or not much air into the system. So these I will use for something else on my cars. It has this brake-by-wire solenoid, it says. Brake-by-wire solenoid, so it is a little I think the back part of this one is 3D printed. No Lee, and a part number. This one, flange rotates freely. Brake actuator position sensor, install on the brake actuator to see the position. Penny and Jill, and also the reservoir, one of the reservoirs, and the reservoir is actually installed on here, this bracket, and this bracket is actually held here by a tie wrap, and or 2 maybe. You think maybe that's not so serious with a tie wrap, but that's what they're using in racing actually. They're using a lot of tie wraps, and only good ones, so usually Thomas and Betts tie wraps you can see on there. So, but they look pretty much the same as the normal ones, but I think that's the best one. One funny thing I think about this only, it's a Brembo cap on this brake fluid reservoir, and it has a fitting here with a O-ring. But one funny thing, usually these are molded plastic. This one is actually machined. I don't know if it's possible to see here, but you can see the machining marks. So just to have the design they want, or if they want to have it stronger, I don't know, it feels really strong. But this one is machined from one piece of some kind of plastic. You can see the fitting there, and also on the fitting it has a hole right in the bottom there, so if with leak fluid or something, it can use every single drop of fluid in the bottom there. Also, this one is machined. So just one little thing that I think is interesting and funny. Also here we have one more of these same kind of things. And this bracket, it's a very nice carbon fiber bracket, but one thing I've seen on several parts here, the guys that rivet. Oh, you have to learn this. You can see this rivet here. Oh, looks very bad. It's these anchor nuts, floating anchor nuts, that's installed on here. The rivets there. This one is so smashed. Here we have another one. Drill them out and put a new one in. They're building so nice things, but this one, as I'm working with airplanes and I know how these rivets should look like. Not like this. If someone interested in seals, I have plenty of them. Don't know what they're used for, but full box of them. Trelleborg brand seals for something. These seals were in the same batch as full box of fuel filters. I'm a little bit interested in what kind of fuel filters they were using, so yeah, I bought a full box. It's PAL filters here, and I think these are fuel filters. Could be for hydraulic or something. No, I don't. I think it's fuel. And yeah, PAL fuel filters. They are, I think they are fiberglass. The material of it, not pretty big ones, with good filtration, I think. I have to investigate more about these filters, what kind they are, and yeah, if I can use it. They have pretty normal design. It's pretty heavy, so I think these ends are in stainless steel. Open this one, element disposable. This one, yeah, this is smaller ones. It says PAL Aerospace with the O-ring. Should be installed in a housing, and doesn't say much, but these are maybe hydraulic filters. The other one I think is for fuel. PAL, yeah, it says PAL or Aerospace. Country of origin, UK. And for fuel system it was a little bit more, I think it's vent valves. A couple of these. ATL, racing fuel cell, it says. Tip over valve or vent valves, I think. Aluminum. It's a Marussia, it says here, so it's a little bit older one. And here was actually some filter socks. Looks very normal, like the filter socks on normal in-tank pumps. These are from Cosworth. Filter sock 30-40 microns, so pretty normal ones. So for the first filtration, I think they may be using the same in the Formula 1 car. And I have used one of them on my injector testing machines. So actually now it's Formula 1 parts on the injector test bench. And here we have some more fuel parts. It's for the fuel tank, some gaskets, and a block of plate for, I think maybe it's for access into the fuel tank when you're working inside the tank. And then you have this carbon fiber plate when you close it up. It's from the 2016 car. It says here when it should be up. And one of the cool parts I have here, it says fuel hatch left and right hand, and it says MR06. That's cool. MR06 is the 2017 car, this year's car actually. So they started building this new car and making parts for the new car. So this one, if Manor had been racing this year, not went bankruptcy, this part could maybe be in the race today. Today it's actually the race in Austin, Texas. So maybe this one could be on the car today, but now it's in a little garage here in Sweden. So MR06, This is a very simple part, but it's a machined part. This one will sit on the I think left hand or right hand side, and it will have connections for fueling or defueling or ventilation, I think. But as usual, it's a very nice machined part, black anodized and laser engraved here with the part number. So this is brand new. It's a little bit, you can see maybe they have tested it for something. It's a little bit of maybe fuel or oil or something on there, or maybe it's just for protection. But a little bit cool with a 2017 part that's never been used on the car, sadly. Thanks for watching these videos, and this is I think all of the Formula 1 parts I have for now. So but I will do more videos coming out in the future here with a little bit more Formula 1 parts actually, and also Formula 1 parts attached to a normal car or a race car that is not a Formula car. So if you think these kind of things are interesting, give me a follow on the channel and watch out for future videos.